Are we live?
Yeah.
No,
Hi.
nobody's watching. Introduce us. The video started.
Wait. Shouldn't we wait until someone joins?
Well, the video is going to stay up later on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
They're going to see all this. I'm still chewing taffy.
Hi guys. Welcome back to the Amish potato.
Yep, we got one.
Welcome back to the Amish potato.
Let us know how sound's doing.
Yeah.
Video and sound. Is everything okay?
And if the lighting's good. Welcome back to the Amish potato.
Let us know. Turn that.
Yeah. You kicked our bed.
Mom was the one watching. Nobody's watching us. There we go.
So hi guys. Welcome back to the Amish potato. Me and Carl are here
Are
together.
you really going to call me Carl?
Well, Dad.
I'm Dad.
Carl to you guys. So yeah, we're gonna go live, answer some questions from you guys. And yeah.
Okay, Mom's a moderator. Yep, we are live. Miranda's with me today. Are you going to answer the questions for me?
Yep. Now give me the
No,
phone.
they're not on the phone. So, I guess we will start. Yeah, we didn't do a video. I didn't do a video this week because, yeah, I was out shooting footage actually of a couple of different Amish communities because I'm tired of just the talking head thing. I want to add some visual to my videos, so we'll see how that goes. But I was up in Michigan, California, Michigan. Yeah, you're good. California, Michigan, and there's a Camden, Michigan. So there's two strict communities over there, though they are different. And then I was in our community a little bit, shooting some video there. Just hoping to get some B-roll for you guys and make the videos more interesting. Yeah, let's go to the chat.
Yeah, put on chats. Hi guys. Hi Lisa. And Joey.
Yep. How is it going? So I guess, yeah, just ask your questions in the chat. My wife is moderating. And then we will answer those as best we can. And in the meantime, we're just going to answer some questions that I get in the comments of my videos. Some of these are really old, but it's time we answer them. So we're going to do that. Let's pop one up here. How's that? Let's do this one. I'm going to pronounce you guys' names wrong, but don't be too hard on me. Some questions. Oh, questions on hygiene. So she asked about Jenny Harris. Yeah, asked about some hygiene questions, toothpaste, deodorant, stuff like that. Women's clothes. Do they make their own clothes, all their undergarments? I'm going to do a video on clothes, specifically women's clothes, here in the near future. So yeah, I'll answer some of those questions there. The hygiene stuff, I did a video on that. Go find my channel. Go look at the list of videos. It was kind of a recent one. So the last couple months, I did a video on women's hygienes. Go check that one out. So, hello from Michigan. I don't know how to do this comment thing because now you can't see the chat. All the comments are coming up. So, like I said, these comments are old because I haven't gotten to them. But I forgot to let you answer, Miranda.
Yeah. You think?
Can you do a video on the wealth of Amish and Mennonites is the question. This Rondalyn 134 is asking about the wealth of the Mennonites and the Amish because they do seem to have money, at least some of them. Can you answer that question? Where do they get their money? How do they get their money? Why do they have wealth?
Well, they have banks.
Oh, they have banks?
Yeah.
Oh, so they just go to the bank and get some
Yeah,
money.
they have like normal banks.
Oh, is that where we get all our money?
Well, that's where Linda gets hers.
Oh, so my sister Linda, she doesn't understand how the banking system works. You have to work. You have to go to a job.
Yeah, you have to work.
And the money
And
goes
then
to the
go to
bank.
the money,
Okay,
yeah.
then you go get your money out of the bank. Right. So, but Amish, typically most Amish are frugal people. I can't speak for Mennonites because I don't know. I'm not familiar with their communities, but Amish don't have as much stuff to buy. Like they don't have a car, so they don't go to town as much. Every time we go to town, you spend money, right? So if you're only going to town once a week, you spend less money. It's just how it is. You don't, you know, I'm guessing a horse and buggy is just as expensive as a car as far as the cost of it. But I think they're frugal. They buy more, the stuff, groceries they buy are more, just the ingredients. Like they make their own cakes. They don't buy cake mixes and stuff well, some of them do. I don't know. They're not paying for cable TV. They're not buying TVs. They're not doing all that stuff. So, and most of them are kind of penny pinchers.
Okay.
Next question.
Go to our comments.
Chat. Okay. Are you going to watch the chat?
We have to say hi to some of these people.
Okay.
Hi, Mitchell. Is that how you say his name?
Michael.
Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Doug. Jolly.
The reason we're doing an early stream is to include some of our European friends. Apparently, it was bedtime if I do it at like 6 or 7 o'clock here. Don't forget the Aldi's and Walmart runs to Goshen, Julie Ludwig. Yep, exactly. That's where Amish do. Yep. They do some big runs to Aldi's and Walmart like once a month and just make a haul. And Julie, you might be one of them that drives them. Usually they'll go in a 15-passenger van with a trailer to haul all their stuff home.
Okay. Betty Sweatin, do they eat junk food, Oreos, and chips? They do.
They do?
At his mom's house, they always have Oreos and chips.
They do. Yeah. My sisters are very health conscious, but yeah, they do. Amish do enjoy the junk foods for sure. Krista K, enjoy your channel. Thank you. So Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. How's Virginia? I want to move there. I don't know if I can get the rest of us to move there.
I'll move to where'd that come?
We missed some of them here. Amish have wealth. David Benner says Amish have wealth because they have abducted all the leprechauns. Leprechaun gold. Yeah, I wish.
From England.
Oh, from England. Mark Chapman from England. Hey, from England. How's things over there? Schuler Labrosse was raised in Angola. Yep, that is just east of the Amish community we grew up in. LaGrange, Shipshewana.
I knew quite a few Amish.
Nice. So let's go find another question. So get this one up here. Tammy says, CJ, I know it must really burden your heart knowing your parents are not saved now that you are. How do you address that when you are home? I pray for your family and pray that maybe someday all Amish will see where they have been led wrong. Yes, that is a problem, or that is a struggle. I have talked about it. We Amish who find the truth and leave the community and come upon the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ, knowing that we're going to go to heaven, that we're saved. It's such a freeing thing for us, and we're all really excited about it. So we go home and we're sharing this with our families, but in return, all we get is like blank stares, and they're just disappointed because they view it as now we have a different belief and we're misled. So they don't even want to hear it. They don't want to listen. And, we try to shove it down their throats, which is the wrong approach. That's just what we do. But eventually we kind of see that they don't want any part of it, and we grow up. And then I think then hopefully our goal is to just kind of subtly plant some seeds here and there, and hopefully God will water those seeds and they will grow, and that they will come to know the truth. I don't usually bring it up unless sometimes when my family says something that is wrong scripturally, I can't hold back and I correct them. Or, I've been asked, the one time I was asked by my brother about something with scripture and the legitimacy of it and the different Bibles. So I kind of started explaining how it's not the King James Bible isn't the only true Bible. Like the other ones are accurate and where scripture comes from and all that stuff and how accurate scripture is. And my mom didn't like that. She told me afterward, like, if you're going to talk about that, we're going to have to ask you to not come around. So, yeah, it's, I want them to know the truth. I hope someday they do. It won't come by me forcing it on them. They're going to have to, I can only plant seeds and God will have to draw them. So keep praying for all Amish, for my family, everything. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers.
Go back to chats.
I might just read them here. Where's the chats?
I want to read them off here. Okay.
Okay, here we go. We got some questions. LOL, the kid. Yep. Ronnie Scopeland says, you will expose all. You let people know that Amish eat Oreos and potato chips. That was a secret.
I don't think it is. I'm from England too,
my wife,
Janet.
family, and I were much respected by that Amish and Mennonite around 35 to 40 years ago because of our religious exemption and homeschooling. 9 kids later, 3 years. Yep. Amish and Mennonites probably respect people who are kind of similar to them and have similar beliefs and wear similar clothes. The Amish get legally married in the eyes, county, state government, or just in the church.
Well,
My sister Linda just got married. Do they legally get married? Like, do they fill out a marriage certificate?
I don't know. But they got married by like an Amish guy.
They got married by, married by a bishop.
Yeah.
Yes. In our community, they fill out a marriage certificate and they have the two side sitters, witnesses, 2 couples, be kind of best man. What's the name for the bridesmaid? I don't know. Yeah, they do sign that paper as witnesses. They do it legally. I do not know about the stricter communities, the ones that do not have social security numbers and all that. I don't know about them. I don't know if they do it legally or if they just do it in the eyes of God. If they don't do it legally, it's they still hold to it. I bet they do because they have to go through divorce just like anybody else, from what I hear. So I bet they do it legally with a marriage certificate.
Okay, I'm going to read this one. How do you pronounce that name?
Schuler Bros? I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm not sure.
Love your videos. I'm in Idaho, but seeing your videos kind of makes me homesick, but I can't live in the mountains.
I can't leave them. Oh, man, I'm telling you, we lived in Idaho. That's where this girl's from. Yeah, I miss the mountains. Stay in Idaho. Yeah. I miss the green trees, but Idaho was awesome. Yeah, I want to move out there with you in the mountains. Where are you from? What part of the state are you? Because that's a huge state. Sending love and respect to the Amish. Thank you, Mark Chapman.
Are you now non-Amish?
I'd like to live in a community that uses horse and buggy on separate circuit than public roads. Do the Amish do this? Nope, they use public roads. That was I did a video on that about that was Ronnie Scopeline. Yeah, it's kind of dangerous, but the people around here are used to buggies, so you're just watching out for them. I just recently did a video though on some Sortson Trooper Amish that refused to put blinking lights on their buggies. I got a lot of feedback. Some people were like, yeah, they need to put lights on their buggies. Other people were like, nope, that's religious exemption. They shouldn't, the government shouldn't force them to, hang on just a second, replying to my wife. I don't know if David causing trouble. I don't think so. shouldn't force them to do that. They should have their right to just drive the roads without without blinkers or the horse and buggy. But these people don't know, have never come up behind a buggy without lights. I've done it. Scares the crap out of you. It's not just their safety, it's other people's safety. And some people commented, "Well, just drive really, really slow." Well, these people that live in those communities also have a life. They can't, as a tourist, you can drive 10 miles an hour down the road, no problem, because you have all the time in the world. But when you live in those communities, you have a life. You got to go to work. You got to go grocery shopping. You can't be, you got to get places. And yeah, and if you ever been in the dark and you come up behind one of these buggies, even with just a small little lantern, it's scary. It's all of a sudden they're there and you have to dodge. And when there's oncoming traffic or something, there's, it's not good. They need to have more reflectors, lights, something. So, let me find out. Answer that question, Miranda. Read it and then answer it. Who's it from? Antonio Diaz.
They smoke and eat McDonald's. Yes, they do eat McDonald's and they smoke. I've been to McDonald's with them. Yeah.
Yep. Some of them do smoke, less and less. A lot of them start smoking when they do the Rumspringa thing around here. And then they just are unable to quit after they join the church. So they kind of keep smoking. They kind of hide it after that. But yep, some Amish still do smoke. The community, I was just getting video in up in California, Michigan. I think a lot of those guys smoke, like probably just cigars, not cigarettes. They kind of have
Cigars.
They can only smoke cigars and not cigarettes. I think some of those communities anyway.
Okay, I'm going to answer this one. How do you say his name?
Bridget Ludwig.
Are you now non-Amish? He is not Amish now.
No more. Used to be, no longer Amish. Still with our Amish family though. So David says we are not Amish for a minute, just conservative Christian. Yeah, there's those people out there, and I think that's a good life. I just driving around that conservative community in California, Michigan. I keep saying I have to say Michigan because otherwise people will think it's over in California. Those guys all had windmills. They don't have running water. They probably only take a bath once a week, which I couldn't do, but like all the men were home. This was a Friday morning and all the men were home. Like what better life is that? If you can make a living, they're not rich, they're poor Amish, but if you can make it just by selling things from home or staying home all the day, that's like living back in the 19th or 19th century. It's great. You're with family all day. You're not tied to a job. So 5 days a week. Mad Dog.
Do you know anyone that would make me a Amish jingle?
Not sure. I don't know. They would have to have patterns and stuff. They have all their designs. They might. They make Amish coats. Do you think my sisters would do it?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, Linda is married, so she's been busy.
Yeah.
Marriage, and Linda is getting married soon.
You're not allowed to say that. Mm-hmm. So, Schuler, I live north in Priest River by Sandpoint, Idaho. Now I live in Boise. Oh, I bet Priest River area was awesome. You like Boise better?
Who are you asking me or him?
So, Carl, I'm asking him. Carl Stipinski says, I am absolutely amazed how the Amish community in Nickel Mines, PA forgave that truck driver who killed those innocent children in school. I know I'd still be holding a grudge against him. Yeah, they are. Amish people are really good about just kind of accepting what God gives them. Families lost their loved ones in that school. I don't know if you remember that, Miranda, probably not.
What?
When somebody shot up some Amish kids in the school. That's a crude way of putting it. Very forgiving, they went over and talked to this man who did it, his wife, mother. Very beautiful story. You guys, there's a movie on it. You guys can watch it. There's info online. It's go watch the movie. It's a really good movie. Amish people, for the most part, are very, very forgiving people, from what I know. So, Skylar, Skylar. Okay, so that's his name. Not, yeah. This thing keeps. So Daryl Frick asked, "Do Amish pay taxes?"
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, depends. The Amish in Shipshewana, LaGrange County, Shipshewana, Topeka, whatever, they all do. The community I come from, I don't know about the stricter communities like the Swartzen Troopers. They probably don't as much. I don't know if they pay any taxes. They'd have to pay sales tax.
Don't look at the comments.
So Betty Swenton says, Betty Swenton says, first time I ever saw a mule was in PA Amish country. I had no clue what it was. Can you talk about what kind of horses they use in particular?
They use riding horses.
For what?
To pull the buggies.
They use riding horses?
I'm pretty sure. Because I could ride on one of them.
That was a question. That was a question we had. Why don't Amish people ride their horses everywhere? Some are not allowed to. Some communities are not allowed to. Amish horses, there was just another Topeka horse sale twice a year. Huge, huge horse sale. Miranda's been there, right? Yeah, all sorts of horses. So they use the standard breds. Typically, a lot of them have some Morgan or are driving. They use standard breds for the buggies, some Morgans for the buggies, and some Dutch harness now. Morgans and Dutch harness horses are fancier. They pick their feet up higher. They look nicer for the horses and buggies. And then most of the farm horses are draft horses, so Percherons or Belgians. But Belgians are the most used draft or farm horses because they're big, they're strong. I've heard Percherons are a little lazy. I don't know. They look better. I like their color better. A few mules here and there. Few halflingers maybe, but the majority of farm horses are definitely, Belgians, Percherons. So
he replied to you, and he said okay.
Huh?
He said okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Mom. Smiley face. So, yeah, old trap or carriage racing horses are used for the buggies. David is right. They use a lot of old race horses. Matter of fact, a lot of the Amish around here raise race horses. They sell them, the horses. They go race, they'll come back and are used as buggy horses. Clothes. Carrie English says, Brenda Kurtz Miller in Middlebury will sew you a jean, maybe. Go check that out. I don't know where to find her. It's a good question. Oh, Brenda sells online and custom order. So I don't know if you can just Google her name. I can't remember who was asking for the jean jacket. Northern Idaho was great. But for work opportunities, Boise was better. I could see that. Yeah. A little less work in Northern Idaho. Plus, there's a lot of people moving into Northern Idaho right now, or were.
What time is it there? It's 6:20 p.m. in England. It is 2:24 here p.m.
What time is it?
Hi, Savannah.
She's answering some of the questions in there. Savannah in there is, my wife, Savannah Miller. She is moderating. I had an Amish friend that was killed last year in a buggy and truck accident. He did have lights, but the lady said she did not see him. He left 11 kids and his wife. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It still does happen. I wouldn't feel safe being an Amish person on my bike or buggy out there because too many people are on their cell phones texting while driving down these little country roads. Another question that was asked was in the comments in an earlier video, if Amish cause the accident, will they cover the damage done to the vehicle or something, or whatever damage is done? And yes, I don't know about the Schwarzentroopers. I can't speak for them, but our community in northern Indiana has what they call Amish aid. It's the best insurance there ever was, the cheapest. What happens is if there is an accident or something, they pay for it. They just pay for it. And the money is collected by Amish members through tithing. So they tithe whatever they want to, not a set amount. They tithe that money to the church, and then that church uses it for any hospital bills and any big surgeries under, an Amish member who may have hospital bills because of cancer or, whatever surgery it may be. They pay for it. Typically, they'll take care of their own little, doctor's visits and stuff on their own. But yeah, it's covered. If their horses get killed on the road, it's covered. If they run out of money, tithing money, they will go around and collect a certain percentage of what everybody's worth, their assets. But that doesn't happen that often. People tithe enough usually that they only have to come around and collect once or twice or 3 times a year. It is, the cheapest insurance there is, because here we still tithe to the church, willingly so, but then we got to pay insurance on top. Yeah. Do Amish pay taxes on their buggies, like registering their buggy on the road to run on the roads? In northern Indiana, yes, they do have. They got to buy $100 buggy plates. Cost $100 a year. Not all communities require that. Not all counties require that. Not all states require that. But in LaGrange County, Elkhart County, they do They do have to have buggy plates. And if a buggy gets pulled, there's been times where buggies get pulled over. Like one instant, there's some youth that were drinking. They got pulled over. They asked the police officer to hold their horse while they get out of the buggy, and then they took off and ran. Which was dumb because turn that off. Because it had plates on it, so they could. It's a two-way. So the neighbor next door, my wife, she has a heart for the elderly, and she's taking care of the neighbor.
Now, do Amish drink beer? I guess I see the young guys drinking beer and smoking cigarettes.
Anyway, so sorry about that. We're gonna turn that off. I think you might be watching the live show. Hey, Mitchell, are you watching? We turned your two-way off. Anyway, yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So they got pulled over. They got the police officer to hold the horse, and they took off running. And obviously the plates on the buggy, they could hunt them down. They knew where the buggy came from. Skylar says Perchard is my favorite. Same here. Perchards can be trained to be hardworking if trained right. Yep, Don Jane, I agree. I like the Perchards. I like those 6-horse hitches with the black Perchards or the gray Perchards is beautiful. You're not talking much, are you? I'm not. I'm just kind of excluding you here. Let's catch up. I saw Clydesdale sell for $100,000 on an auction online. Yep. Those horses are insane. The prices of them. So I rode in a buggy with an Amish family in Arthur, Illinois. This is from Angel Friend. They had reflectors, windshield wipers, and bright turning signal lights on both sides of the buggy. Did your community have this? What do our buggies look like? Do they have all that stuff?
They have stoplights. They have turning signal lights. They have overhead lights.
They don't have stoplights, but they have a triangle. They have red blinking lights. Yeah. They have other lights.
Yeah, they have a lot. So they have outside
windshield wipers. Yes, defrosters, little fans. Yeah, that's why new buggies around here cost, I don't know, what are they, $10,000, $12,000 to $17,000, I think. It's expensive. I was just talking to a church member this morning, and he was talking about last night at 2 a.m., he was woke up by these Rumspringa, these youth in Rumspringa in their buggy. You know, they were going down the road in their buggy with a sound system in it, subwoofers full on, under lights glowing down on the road, lights everywhere. They were partying it up. It's crazy. Well, so someday, hopefully, I can catch a video of one of those buggies. Excuse me. Gemma B. Ford. You're in the UK. I'm assuming. Yeah, thank you for watching. So, King Solomon, former police officer in Michigan. I stopped a buggy, and the two boys in the buggy had an outstanding stereo, extremely loud. Yeah, that's what King Solomon knows. Yep, you probably busted a few parties up there yourself, I'm sure. Yeah, so David Benner, Heart of the Elderly. I'm 69, not old yet. Oh, you're still young. But yeah, my wife, she loves taking care of. She's good with the elderly, like my grandma. She just has a heart for that. It's a beautiful thing. I joke around and I say that I've lost my wife now because the old man stole her next door. There's a store in State Road 5 in Shipshewana that sells Amish clothes. You've been there. Country Road Fabrics, I think is what it's called. Close to Ben's Pretzels, too.
Oh, look at her puppy. So cute.
So, would some horse breeds and colors be considered prideful or not plain enough? Conservative Christian News junkie. Apparently not in northern Indiana. In some communities, I'm sure. But here in northern Indiana, I think you can drive just about any horse you want. And some Amish are very proud of the way their horse looks. And yeah, a little pride going on there. It's funny. So, I need some kids. Does Miranda think she could live the Amish lifestyle? That is all you, darling.
Yes, I do. I do think I could live the Amish lifestyle because it doesn't seem too complicated. I've driven a horse, buggy.
You could live it?
Yeah.
No phone? No electricity?
Well, without a phone, I couldn't.
Oh, yeah?
I'm joking.
I should take your phone. That's bad that you even have one.
I could, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because I've dressed up like,
Yeah, she was dressed. I should have had a picture here.
you do have a picture.
Yeah, it's on my phone. I'll put it up there. She was dressed Amish. She looked just like a little Amish girl in my sister's wedding a couple weeks ago. Couldn't tell the difference between her and the rest of the Amish girls there. So I literally don't know what it's like to live near Amish, old and new order communities. I used to be able to speak with them in Pennsylvania Dutch when I was younger. Huh. You can speak Pennsylvania Dutch? Must be from the Amish? I know there's some people who never were Amish can still speak it. Can speak it. I'm not, yeah. Thanks, Miranda. Have you done anything fun this weekend?
On Friday we had a trunk or treat at our school.
Her homeschool.
So
tell people how homeschooling's going.
good.
Just good?
Yeah,
Is it easy?
yeah. I've been caught up on
Hmm?
everything. I've been caught up on everything.
Yeah. So you sit here for how many hours during the day, every day, to do your schoolwork?
Like 8.
Not 8. She's done by the time I get home from work at 12. So probably 3 hours, maybe. And then Wednesdays, what do you do Wednesdays?
I actually go to the school homeschooling building in Schoolcraft and do my classes. I only have 3.
What are those classes?
My first class is macrame.
What's that?
It's like where you do knots and everything.
Oh, like this stuff right here.
Oh, it's right there. I didn't know.
Yeah. Macrame?
Yeah. in that class, we're making a plant
This is the latest,
holder.
I guess.
My second class is junior productions, where
So, acting.
like
Yep.
acting and stuff on stage. I could have been in the high school one, like the older kids with the older girls, but I didn't know I could be.
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my last class is graphic design,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go home.
We landed in an awesome homeschool group. There was a church that when we moved back here, we knew we wanted. There was a church we knew of that we were going to attend if we can't find anything closer. Then we found one closer, but they're tied together, and the people in these churches are part of the homeschool group. So we do our home classes, our basics, our reading and math and all that stuff here, and then every Wednesday she gets to choose some sit-in classes that she does with this homeschool group that is in Southern Michigan. They took over the old elementary in Schoolcraft, and yeah, it's fantastic. We love it. It's awesome, and it's. My wife showed me, was it science or something? What was it talking about? Oh, the senses that it didn't say that you have, the textbook didn't say you have 5 senses, it was as God gave you 5 senses. And it's awesome. Just that little difference of Christian schooling is much better than what we are taught in public schools. So.
Oh, wait, I didn't get to finish his question.
What? The weekend?
Yeah.
What is it?
And then on Saturday, we raked leaves and all that.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Trick-or-treating.
You went trick-or-treating or trick-or-treating again?
Trick-or-treating.
Oh, is at the school?
Yeah, at the school. And then today we just went to church and did this.
Yeah. Do we still live in Idaho? Marcia Sutton asks.
No.
Yeah, we wish we did, right? Michigan's great. I don't know. I miss my mountains and my public land. All the public land I miss that, excuse me. Let me clarify that Percheons are not lazy. The reason most people have Belgians is because Percheons are too spirited for them. That might child of the king. That might be true. I don't know. I was always I worked for a farmer and our neighbors always had Belgians. And so I always heard that the Belgians are the harder working than the Percheons are the lazy ones, but our other neighbors had Percheons. They always looked better. I don't care how hard they work. I go by looks. I don't know what it's like to not live near Amish country. Yeah, Don Chain.
I keep on yawning.
I don't know what the difference would be for you.
I'm gonna keep on crying too.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm yawning.
Oh, okay.
So my eyes are so red.
So, in other news, pray for our church in Buell, Idaho, the one we left. It's been hard. They've had some hard stuff. Jared Nebeker was in a car accident. He recently just came home. Thank you guys for all the prayers in that. Not a car accident, motorcycle accident. He survived, which is miraculous, I think. And then just this morning, another person who served there for many years was in a car accident and was killed. Levi Woodhouse. His wife, he just recently married a few years ago. His wife is pregnant with their first child. And now he went home to be with the Lord. We know where he's at, which is, awesome. But yeah, keep your prayers, keep praying for her, the baby, her family, his family, and Hannah. He was a close friend with Hannah. He touched many lives in Buell, and Hannah was one of them. That was just our daughter Hannah, the oldest, 18. She's in college in Southern California. Pray for her too, for understanding through all of this, because it's a struggle. It's been a struggle with her, with Levi, or will be a struggle with Levi, and has been a struggle with Jared and what happened to him. So thank you guys for that.
And it's probably also going to affect Jared because they were really close friends.
Yeah. Anyway, prayer request there. So Joseph Yoakum says, are you enjoying life in Michigan? You're not?
I am.
You don't have to say it if you're not.
I am.
Do you hate Michigan?
Kinda.
Why?
I miss Idaho.
You miss your friends in Idaho. She misses her friend Hazley and probably her sisters. Yeah, she's stuck with me. Ouch. The Amish usually speak Low German, which is very different than High German. Yeah, there is a difference. Do the Amish believe the rapture? What they believe is that one day, don't kick the table, it shakes the camera.
I'm not kicking it.
They believe that Jesus will come back someday. We don't know when, and all that will go to heaven at that point, he will judge then. Right then will be decided whether you go to heaven or you go to hell. So when Jesus comes back, the church will go to heaven, the rest will go to hell. That's what they believe, basically. They believe that we're going to go through the tribulation period before then. From what I understand, maybe some other Amish people have different viewpoints on that, but that's what I remember being taught. Kenneth Keene, new subscriber from Chester County, PA. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, Natala.
I have leaves you can rake. Andrew Donnelly wants you to rake his leaves.
Okay, I'll charge you $10.
You still riding your bike? Not riding a bike anymore, Miranda? Faceless Janice.
No,
Oh, really?
it's in storage.
Yeah, we did some mountain biking this summer, but I need to get her a bike to be around town here. I just don't know how much I trust it. We need to get out in the country. The bikes around here would get stolen, especially the mountain bikes that we have. So we kind of keep them locked up, and we have a tiny house, so they're in storage, and not an actual tiny house, but a very small house. So,
CJ.
Tim Pidzinski, did you get any land with your new home? Do we have land with our new home?
Is this our new home?
This is it.
Well, we have a backyard.
Yeah, a little bit. No, we are in the city, unfortunately. We just bought because we were going to move here for a couple of years, rent, and then look for land elsewhere in the country, in another state, wherever.
No.
Now she doesn't want to move out of Michigan. I'd love to move to Wisconsin or Virginia or southeastern Ohio.
If we move, it's going to be close to Montana.
Or Montana. I'm definitely game for that. But so yeah, we are in the city temporarily. We are looking for land. So if anybody knows of any cheap land or a house that needs repairs or something somewhere in another state where there's a good place to live and maybe a job, then let me know.
No scratch.
We want to stay out of discretion.
Okay, Christian K. Do Amish celebrate Christmas the same we do? No. Just straight up no. They don't decorate for it. They don't. I don't think they have Christmas on the day when Christmas is. And yeah.
We do. We did have Christmas at our house.
Yeah.
We had Christmas Eve is when we unwrap presents. They do celebrate Christmas. They do not decorate. It may be a little bit inside the house. Definitely no lights, no Christmas tree. Our community did give presents, just like anybody else. Maybe not as many presents. They all gather, like with the cousins and the aunts and uncles and all that stuff on a different day, not Christmas Day, but whenever it kind of works out for everybody. So yeah, they do celebrate Christmas. They don't believe in Santa ever. Some of the stricter communities, I don't know that they might give presents. I don't know. I can't speak for that. I'm not sure how they handle that. Kenneth Keene says, I've learned so much from your videos that I was curious about. That's awesome. I was hoping to enlighten people. It's still a hard thing to do. I wish I could get video of Amish people. I wish they would allow it. Like I would love to find an Amish family. I could just go in there and follow them, but it's just not possible. And it's even really awkward. I found out this weekend driving around and sticking a camera, or I only have an iPhone, but into the Amish people's yards when they're out there. Like yeah, I just acted like a tourist and did it. I would love to, get some close-ups or get some interviews. And I talked to a few Amish while I was there, but it's just invading too much privacy by putting a camera in their face when they don't want it. So yeah, that is kind of a hard thing on YouTube here with Amish people.
Answer that one.
Why do Amish around here not use pedal bikes? They only use kick-type bikes. Kenneth Keen's from Pennsylvania. Why is that?
I don't know, because they're Amish.
That's just something they decide on as a church. The church decides what rules, what you can and can't have, basically. It's on a voting basis. And that's just something that community is kind of known for. They can have little scooters, but not bicycles. And I don't know what the difference would be. We have bicycles. A lot of our churches are allowing e-bikes now. So yeah, just what they vote on, what they allow. Misty Chain asks, if given the chance to do so, would you go back to your community and live?
What,
Would
my
we
community?
go back? Would we go Amish? Ever?
No.
We wouldn't.
No.
If I said so, we would.
No.
Oh yeah.
Mom would turn that down.
No, we wouldn't. Mostly because of the doctrine, the religious part of it. I couldn't sit, knowing what the Bible says. I couldn't sit in their church and follow those rules because it doesn't add up. Like it's not. Yeah.
Now that's
So,
Amish. So
I would. I'm trying to convince, like I said in the previous video, I'm trying to convince my wife to live like the Amish and have a YouTube channel. Just, you guys know how all the homesteaders have a YouTube channel, living off grid and all that stuff. I'm trying to convince my wife to do that, but live like the Amish. So meaning maybe no cars, no electricity, not really any solar. I have to have running water for a shower, but whatever that may be, no power tools. It's just, I could do it. For her though, that she's never lived that way. So I don't know if she would be up for that or not. Yeah. And then just run a YouTube channel like that, just kind of show, because a lot of people want to live that way. And it's possible. You don't have to be Amish to live that way. Just getting rid of your TVs is huge. And your phones, your social media, that'd be huge. I know you couldn't watch me, but oh well, your life would be so much better. Just getting rid of those two things and stop having the world pumped into your home. But there's something to not being able to go to town every night. When you have a horse and buggy, you don't do that. And when you have families, when you're working together and you don't have all this entertainment in front of you, you spend time together, you interact, and it's a healthier family. Not perfect, but healthier. Like I could see that growing up. Now we've kind of lost that. So yeah, I could do it in that sense as far as a culture, but not as far as the church part of it. So Misty Chain says there's a lot of good communities in West Virginia with homes that are in good condition and in need of people who want to work. Really, is there work available in West Virginia? Beautiful state from what I've seen. West Virginia it is.
I need something to drink.
Okay, go get something to drink. We have Amish that logs for. We tend to live in the northern Shenandoah Valley. We tend to live in the northern Shenandoah Valley, some in Missouri and Wyoming. I'm glad you're respectful, but it would be nice to hear an interview. I know, I just don't know how to do that. Like the only time people are interviewed, usually are Amish people are interviewed, or usually when they're like just outside the community, maybe still have their Amish clothes, but they're no longer really Amish because that's just not allowed. Is it true Amish puppy mills and their horses auctioned to slaughter? Antonio Diaz. So yeah, I think there is truth to Amish puppy mills. I personally haven't seen any that are mistreated. The media is going to take the worst and just put it out there. They clip it. They make it look the worst. Not saying it doesn't happen, but it's going to look a lot worse than it probably actually is. And the horses, are they auctioned for slaughter? A lot of times, yeah, when they get too old, they go lame, can't fix their leg or anything, they might get auctioned off to go to be butchered, go to the slaughterhouse to be butchered as dog food or something. My grandma always joked that her horse, when she was so old, that she took her to the slaughter, just auctioned as slaughter, and now she's going to be in McDonald's hamburgers. She's eating her own horse by eating McDonald's, is what she used to joke as. That seems cruel. I get it. I don't know what my opinion is on that. The Amish get a lot of flack for mistreating their horses, their dogs, and all that. Some do. I'm not gonna lie. Some Amish people definitely treat their horses horribly, but then there's others who don't. So that just goes on a person by person basis. You can't lump all Amish in as mistreating their horses, because it's just not true. Voting as in church leadership. What is going on? Voting, getting a lot of phone calls from Amish Rescue Mission today. Voting as in Amish church leadership. Well, they kind of vote for that too, but it's still by chance. I have a video on that preacher. On my preacher video. Go watch that, Karen. They vote on things they can and can't have. So like the e-bikes are the new things. Or let's say there's a church in Shipshewana who is wanting, some of the members are wanting to farm with tractors because it's just cheaper than having to feed horses all year for a 20-acre farm or whatever. So what they do is they go to the bishop, they'll go to the bishop and say, hey, I would like to farm with tractors. Could we vote on that? Could you bring that up in the church? So the bishop will then decide whether he wants to bring it up or not. If it's too ridiculous, like if somebody brought the idea of, hey, I want to drive a car, he would say, I'm not even going to bring that up. We're not going to have that. But if he's okay with, okay, we'll see what the congregation says about tractors, farming with tractors. And then he would bring it up in church. He would say, all the members would stay in the church after church service. Everybody who's not a member would leave and they would vote. And if there's like one or two people against farming with tractors, they don't get tractors. If everybody's okay with farm in that church district, just that 30 families or so, if everybody's okay with it, then they're allowed to have tractors and farm with it. So that's how they progress slowly. They used to not have balers, but at some point in time, the whole church district was okay with it and they were allowed. Living Amish would be easy. I would be shunned though. Well, it's not that easy in our community it was a lot easier. I can't imagine Schwarzentrooper style Amish communities, really strict ones. That is some hard life. Barbara Brooks, you have a question? Is there black Amish people?
Is there black Amish?
Have you seen?
I haven't seen.
Yep. It's very seldom, every once in a while.
What's that?
Usually it's because they are adopted
No.
or foster kids, and then maybe they'll stay Amish and marry somebody that's Amish. But we don't have anybody in this community that I know of. There might be some other ones. There used to be a Amish lady, ex-Amish lady, who had a YouTube channel. I forget her name again. Somebody remind me in the comments. Oh, wait. 7 Blessings with Mary. Mary and the 7 Blessings, something like that. She might have taken it down, though, from what I hear. Check her out. Maine is an awesome place to live. Tons of work if you're willing to do it. I would love to move to Maine. That is way on the other side of the country from any of our family, though. Maybe that would be good.
Karen English, Savannah Miller, no to CJ, no to West Virginia.
She's asking, did Savannah say no to West Virginia?
She said no, CJ.
So, Mom did?
No moving right away, Mom just said.
Oh, not right away. No, I don't think we're going to be moving unless we can take our neighbor next door with us. That's my guess. Like I said, I lost my wife to him.
Mom's gonna ban you from your own life.
So there were some Amish that were interviewed. Even Schwarzenegger didn't want their faces shown. That's right. Maybe I just need to start asking people. That it's really awkward around here because I work with Amish people every day, and nobody has said anything about my YouTube channel, and I don't know if they know. And it feels like I'm living a double life. I'm not trying to hide it, but I don't really want to just bring it up either. So yeah, it's kind of awkward. What did I just do? Okay.
You showed this.
Okay. Oh, I can show the comments. I need to do
You
that.
just figured that out.
I knew that before. Anyway, so yeah, it's like, and I'm always on the edge. Like, when is the day going to be when one of my Amish coworkers is going to come in and say, "Hey, you have a YouTube channel? What am I going to do? How do I handle that?" Because I try to play it fair, try to talk about the good and the bad things, and but I talk about the some of the beliefs they have and how they're not scriptural, and so and they would prefer I would just leave them alone, even not talk about the good things. So I don't know. Yeah, it's really weird. And then when I would love to go around asking people to interview me or talk about this stuff, or I don't know. It's like, but everybody knows my parents, they know me, and it just, yeah, it's easier. It was easier to go get video in a community that I'm not from, where nobody knows me. No chance of getting caught, and I've sat in restaurants where youth, these Amish youth, everybody asks, like, you're trying to reach the Amish and share the gospel or the truth with them, but they don't even have smartphones or cameras or TVs or anything. And I'm like, I know, but the youth have them, and they do. Because I've sat in restaurants and the youth has pulled up my YouTube channel and walked over to me and was like, "Hey, is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." So they do watch. And that's one way to reach them and hopefully put a little bit of questioning in their minds, and maybe they can go do the research and then decide whether they want to go Amish or not. So
Hello, I grew up Amish too. Do you not?
David Banner, you are not a nice guy. Did we miss any questions? How long have we been going?
For
57
almost an
minutes.
hour.
Yeah. Hour and a half? Just an hour.
We started at 2 and it's almost 3.
Yuri Detweiler, hello. We grew up Amish too. Hey, where are you from, Detweiler? Yuri Detweiler. I wish you guys would have. Yesterday, me, my wife, and Miranda, we drove around Topeka area, getting some video, just some B-roll and stuff. And then we happened to find my younger sister who recently got married. We stopped in and made her make us lunch. But it's interesting to see the difference in communities. We have some video of that community using powered wagons to pull their implements in the field. So like they had corn pickers hooked up to it. So this diesel on this 4-wheel wagon that is pulled by horses actually has the wheels powered. So it turns the wheels, plus it powers the implement behind it. And then the horses are essentially there to do a little bit of the pulling, but mostly kind of guiding. It seems like, I'll just get a tractor, right? But it's the rules. Yeah. So you have that community. They have some of them, the older people have e-bikes maybe. They have generators. They have solar panels up. And then you drive up to the community up there by Camden and California. They have windmills and no running water. And yeah, it's just so different. Yet they're the same. So I had another question that I wanted to address. Somebody from Europe was asking about he wants to farm kind of off grid, kind of like the Amish, and where do you find the implements and stuff, or what tools do they use? What tools do they invent? And basically, if you're going to farm the way they do, you just whatever you can pull with horses. So your plows that get pulled with horses, you can't have a 6-bottom plow. It has to be a 1 or 2, depending on how many horses you have attached to it. You know, any kind of, you might have to put up loose hay. You can't pull a baler with, you know, whatever it may be, just whatever you can pull with horses, whatever farming you can do with horses. Early 1900s, 19th century type of tools. And
We've been on here for an hour.
are you ready to go? You can go if you want.
Well, I don't know. Is Linda one of the twins?
Huh? Linda is not one of the twins. Where did you see that?
Right there. Karen English.
Oh, yeah. Nope, she is not. The twins have been married for a while. Matter of fact, Leon and Leona. Leon's got a 14-year-old. Leona's got a 11-year-old.
Who's the 11-year-old?
Carter?
Oh, yeah, Carter's younger than me.
Yeah. Linda is one of the younger ones. So we should probably hang it up here soon. Netta Dalton asked, did the clocks not go back for us? Not till this coming Sunday. Then they go back. Eli Daniel says, CJ Eli Yoder has TikTok on talking with Amish and young people in band recognize him. Yeah, I saw that video, Daniel. Isn't that crazy? Like, that is crazy. The story on that was, if you didn't watch Eli's video, go watch it. But he was talking to an Amish man and about some things I can't remember. But this Amish man's kids were sitting in the van, and the youth, they had snuck cell phones around and stuff, I guess. And they recognized Eli. They recognized who their dad was talking to, but they can't really say anything because, well, they're not supposed to be able to watch Eli. So, yeah, Eli said you should have seen the look on their faces when they saw who he was. And their dad had no idea that this man, English man he's talking to, is trying to reach their youth. So, crazy video.
Oh, yeah, I have seriously
Wish
question.
we had Amish in the UK. Yeah, well, we all came from that continent, I guess.
I have a question for the people on here.
What?
Should I get a cat?
No, you're just not getting a cat.
The
You already
neighbors
asked that
just
question.
had cats again.
I know. You're not getting a cat in the small house. When we move to the country, you can have a cat. When we move to West Virginia, you
No.
can have a cat.
I agree with Mama. No.
If you've ever seen it, what did you think of Amish Mafia? I thought it was totally bogus. David Moffat, you're right. It is totally bogus. That is a scripted show. The actors on there may have been Amish or Mennonite. I would say they were probably left. But all the events and stuff are totally scripted. Some of the sayings they have might have some truth to it, but just made up reality crap. It's ridiculous. Matter of fact, I've heard of an actual Amish youth party, the Rumspringa ones, the ones, where they party, drink beer. And some of these Amish Mafia actors showed up, like Lebanon Levi and whoever those other guys are. And the Amish youth kicked them out because they did not like what they were doing on the show, putting all that false stuff out. So not much of a mafia if they get kicked out of their own people's parties.
Haha. No.
So, yeah, all fake show. Even what are the Amish in the city, the Breaking Amish, Return to Amish, all scripted stuff. I had a neighbor on there. I had a neighbor who was on that show. Some of the stuff is real, but a lot of it's scripted. Like when she was on the phone talking with her mom, I could tell it was not her mom because I knew her mom's voice. And a lot of those Amish aren't seeing the city for the first time. They've seen the city. The Amish who've never seen the city are still Amish.
Look, they're supporting
And some of
me.
those have seen the city.
They're supporting me, yes.
Get a dog, T
Get a
Mackie.
dog, cat, yes.
No. Yeah. See, I like Andrew Donnelly's. Antonio Diaz, come on, man. 2 or more cats?
Well, I like the dog one.
Yeah, I like cats too. Just this house is too tiny for a cat. We already have 2 big dogs that fill up the house.
Well, let's get a dog that's like tiny as a pen.
Mm-hmm. The Rumspringa documentary, I don't know. I haven't seen that one. Are you talking about the Devil's Playground? Devil's Playground is real. That I remember when that was shot here in northern Indiana. My cousin Velda's on there. By the way, my cousin Velda Johnson, if you don't know, she was ex-Amish or she used to be Amish. She left. She's currently writing a book, which is going to be fantastic, I'm sure. She has a blog. Now I forget.
Better get a
Let
dog,
me find out what
Miranda.
that is.
Yep.
Let me find out where that.
Faceless Gina's. Yep, I should get a boo dog.
Oh, I wish I was more age. She has a blog. I'll try to, once this live stream is over and uploaded, I will try to put that in the description box below. Go check out her blog. Great biblical stuff. She went to Bible college. She knows what she's talking about. She knows healing a lot. Like she's healed a lot through Christ and just the Holy Spirit and all that stuff. So as far as emotionally, I need to do more shout outs for her. Go check her out in the description box below when this live stream is over. Remind me to put that in there. Now, what are we doing?
Better get a dog.
So, am I related to Kenny Miller? I am related to I have an uncle, Kenny Miller, two Uncle Kenny Millers, and I have a cousin, Kenny Miller. Which one are you talking about? Laverne Hostetler. Where are you from, Laverne? Oh, the TLC's Rumspringa show. No, usually that's probably garbage. TLC's, yeah, it's garbage. There's some good documentaries. You can watch. I have some videos on Rumspringa and dating and all that stuff. Go check those out. Those explain it. I don't have any video footage, but usually the TLC stuff, the documentaries are just trash. There are some good Amish documentaries. Breaking the Silence, My Amish Story is one of the best ones, done by an ex-Amish guy, a former Amish guy. There's some other ones they're pretty accurate. I can't remember the names of them right now. I am doing a video on some books I just read. If you want a good view into the Amish community, the Swartzen Troopers especially, I will watch for that video. Subscribe to my channel right now if you haven't done so. And
already.
Yeah, you'll get.
What do you expect me to say?
And hit that like button.
And put on the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos.
Yeah, so Karen English says the Amish Vanda character is from your area and her fiance died. Her life is better now. Yeah, actually, I think it is a lot better now. I was friends with her fiance, as a matter of fact. He died of cancer at 21. She's had a hard life, and I'm glad she had the opportunity to go on the show. She is no longer Amish, and yes, I'm assuming better now. So she has a family.
Hey, that
and some
girl
kids.
replied to you. She said cousin.
Okay, where at?
Right there. Right there.
Oh, my cousin Kenny Miller. Does he live in Michigan?
And then
Laverne?
she's from Tokyo.
Do you think a lot of these bogus shows have a goal of saying the Amish are no different than anyone else? So why should they have different privileges? I think the only these bogus Amish shows are simply to make money. They don't care about truth. They don't care about anything. They just want to make money. They just want to get views. That's all they want. That's all they want. Topeka. He's from Topeka. He lives in Michigan
I thought
now.
it was Tokyo.
He used to live in Emma. Cousin Kenny. Did he lose a child when she was only a few years old, Laverne? Or what's his wife's name? Do you know his wife?
I have only one.
Karen Tyler used to watch that a long time ago. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, nobody knows any better. But my wife, when we first met, she wanted to learn about Amish people. So she started watching all these shows just to learn about Amish people until I told her that. And she, found out when she came back here with me for the first time that they're people like anybody else.
I was reading a question. Don't interrupt. I only have one of my search. A rescue dog's left old like me. He always says or lays at my feet. Dogs
Oh yeah,
become family.
Peter Satinelli has some good videos visiting Amish Mennonites in Ohio. Yes, he does. He tapped into the New Order Mennonite community or New Order Amish community. So he actually went around with somebody, which is fantastic. Same with Amish America. He has some good Amish videos. He does a lot of Amish videos. The only thing with those two guys is you only get the good. So like they only share the good. They don't share the negatives, which is probably good on their part. As far as Peter, he will never like if he's interviewing Amish people, they're not going to show the negatives, right? Obviously, which is fine. So, and then with Amish America, he knows Amish. He knows some more than I do about Amish people. Later, Netta Dalden, and he really probably shouldn't be sharing any of the negatives because he doesn't know a whole lot about it. You know, he didn't grow up Amish. He's just with them a lot, so he only sees the good. So it's understandable, but you know that they only share the good about him. But yeah, but there is the dark side. There is a negative side to Amish people and what goes on behind the scenes, what we don't see, and a lot of us former Amish are sharing the truth about that too. It would be fun. It would be a lot easier to just share the good. It'd be a lot easier to maybe get involved with some of these Amish people and maybe interview them or something, but they're definitely not going to do it if I'm sharing negatives. They're not on board with what I'm doing here. What? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't know. Go. So another question. So David Benner. I don't know. It almost seems like why are you, after my wife dies, I should marry an Amish widow and move into an Amish community. The only things I enjoyed in my life was being a husband and father. Why are you talking about your wife dying? That seems odd unless she's struggling with cancer or something. But then you should be praying for miracles. That's concerning, David. What's going on? Back to the country. I had to help an Amish man chase down a horse and cart that got away. Yep, that does happen occasionally. Runaways. Amish America, Eric shares what we share with him. Yep. He's like I said, he's got great videos. It's all, yeah. He doesn't really share any of all of it. So, and he can't. Final stages of Alzheimer's. Oh, gotcha. How old did you say you were? So you must be older. I was thinking you might be younger, but okay, I see. Well, there you go. There are Amish widows out here if you can lock them down, but you would have to go Amish. Back to country says I scared him with my driving skills. Yeah, you made the horse jump and then you had to go help him catch him. Yeah, that makes sense. She is 68. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a bummer, David. So that is a bummer. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up as soon as Miranda gets back out here to say bye. My wife is walking the dog, being moderator. She's probably ready to. How you doing, babe? You still having fun? Yobon. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. Hello from French guy here. Do you know about the Mennonites, Amish people in the region of Alsace? Do you know about them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I don't think there's any more Amish people over there, but there are Mennonites, and that's kind of where we all originate from. Because of the persecution of the Anabaptists, we left, and some moved to France and some other places, and then eventually everybody came over to the U.S. There's no longer Amish in Europe, from what I understand. Everybody's in the U.S. across all the states. We even now have them in Wyoming. Anything else you want to say, Miranda? Why don't you chat for a while?
Okay, life's been good. What area are you from?
We live in southern Michigan.
We live in southern Michigan.
We can probably tell them Sturgis, Michigan, the town, Sturgis.
Yeah.
We like the town, just not the city. Looking for some land elsewhere. CJ, do we consider Beachy Amish to be Amish? We didn't know Beachy Amish. They were a different sect. Yeah, I don't know. I always thought they were just weird. But everybody else thinks we're weird. So I don't know. Yeah, we see them every once in a while at Walmart's or something. But yeah, I think they can drive cars. You know, that's kind of the odd thing is like our community is old order, according to them. But then when I was up in that other community in Michigan, who are really strict old order, I was talking to them and I went undercover. I stopped at a bakery and I was asking her, so are you guys Schwarzentruber or just, no, we're just old order. And I was like, well, yeah, I've been to Shipshewana, Middlebury, and there's some Amish there. She's like, yeah, those are more like New Order. But we wouldn't have considered ourselves New Order. But then Eli Yoder, he'll call us New Order. So, yeah, just the not accepting each other as the same. That's weird. What are Beachy Amish? They're kind of like Beachy Amish, like Amish. I think they drive cars. Maybe they don't. I don't know. They're kind of like Amish, but just maybe slightly different culture, different beliefs. What else you got to say?
What do you want me to say?
Michigan. I've heard of that. Amish are strict. Yeah.
Okay, we'll say this. Don't talk.
Oh, this is a big. Beachy Amish evangelize. That's a huge thing. That's awesome.
Okay, so comments and questions for me to answer, not him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All about yourself now?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
He's been talking the whole hour.
Prayers for raising a teenage daughter. Took me way too long to figure out the significance of the Amish potato. How did I get my name, Miranda? And then we got to go.
You got your name. Well, you're Amish and you came to Idaho, and there's just potatoes. So Idaho Amish potatoes. So
it's the potato state, the Amish potato. No, we live in the mitten state.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about myself, so I can talk a little before you say.
Oh, you want to talk a little bit?
I haven't talked.
I figured I would steal the show. I know.
I haven't talked.
You can't answer the questions. That's the problem.
Okay, so a little bit about myself. I'm from Idaho.
Why don't we just do a video?
No.
A separate video? Because this is at the end of this one. Who's gonna wait? Who's gonna watch this one all till the end?
Okay. Go watch that video. That's all about me.
Which is not yet posted. Anyway, we're out of here, guys. Well, one more question. Are the Schwarzentruber Amish the only Amish that don't limit family size anymore? Yeah, probably. There might be some other strict communities that
I'm answering that question.
That don't limit family size. There's no rules to that, but around here they just started having smaller families. They just fall into they don't want that many kids anymore, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing, to be honest. What is the difference between Amish and Mennonite? That is a good question. Just in things they can have. Mennonites can have more colorful dresses, prints on their dresses. They can drive cars. Belief-wise, I don't know. I don't know what Mennonites believe. I don't know if they evangelize. That might be the difference. Yeah, I don't know for sure what all the difference is. But the Mennonites are allowed to drive cars, have electricity, most of them anyway, and have printed dresses. Still got to wear the head covering. Yeah, still 101 viewers. It's crazy. 108 viewers.
Okay.
It's insane.
Karen English.
Karen Tyler.
Are you going to cut your hair, Miranda? I've already cut it. Like
Are you going to cut it again? It's kind of long.
It used to be like right down to like here,
Mhm.
probably. And we cut it to like about right here, and
We didn't cut it that long short.
no,
Okay.
it was like right there. I have pictures. It was cut to there and it grew, but I kind of went it back to there, but I don't know.
Yep.
I've been getting used to the long hair.
Karen Tyler, what about Dan Amish? Yep. I don't know a lot about them. Super strict. Just they do something different with youth that leave. You can watch that on the funeral video I did. They actually have a gravestone for them, apparently. When they leave. Not that they died, just they left, so now they're going to hell. Christians should have lots of kids. We need to repopulate the country with Christians. I agree fully. Be fruitful, multiply. Let's have a bunch of good kids. Raise them right.
Don't cut it.
No,
No.
cut it not. You are so beautiful. Yeah.
Do Amish women cut their hair?
They do they cut their hair? Do Amish women cut their hair?
No.
How long are their hair?
Like almost down to the floor.
Oh, they're long, aren't they? How long is my mom's hair? Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
How long is it? It's long.
It's long.
That's butt area, I think. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you, Leela Andrews. Yep.
Yo,
Hit that thumbs up.
Yo, bone.
Do you do homeschooling?
Yeah.
Yep. She does. Who's your teacher?
I don't know.
Mom.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't talked to my wife lately. I don't know if she likes being a stay-at-home mom or not. I think she's doing a great job at it.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, we got to go. We got to release Mom. It's hour and 20 minutes already. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe we'll do some more live streams. Hopefully I'll have a video coming up soon I was going to do one on Amish dress. I have a few ideas. They still got to get done. So, yeah.
You got to answer these questions next time.
Yeah. I can't stop answering questions. It's fun
Well-
interacting with people. Anyway, you guys have a good day. We will see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Yep. You going to do the Amish potato thing? You ready? We'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
Thanks for watching.